Halloween night, 1974. A father walks his children through a quiet Texas neighborhood. Behind the masks and laughter, behind the candy, was a plan that would change Halloween forever. This is the story of the Candyman. He gave his son one last piece of candy. Halloween night, 1974, Pasadena, Texas. Rain shimmered on the pavement. Pumpkins flickered. Children in plastic masks laughed and ran from house to house, their pillowcases heavy with sugar. 8-year-old Timothy O'Bryan held a long paper tube, a Pixy Stix. He tore it open and poured the sweet powder onto his tongue. It tasted bitter. His father, Ronald O'Bryan, gave him a drink to wash it down. Moments later, Timothy collapsed on the floor, shaking violently. Sirens filled the night, red and blue lights painting the living room, as Ronald knelt beside his son, whispering prayers. Timothy O'Bryan died on the way to the hospital. By morning, panic spread across the city. Who would poison Halloween candy? Police went door to door, collecting candy into evidence bags. News anchors told parents not to let their children eat anything until police confirmed it was safe. Ronald Clark O'Bryan seemed like an ordinary man, a father, husband, church deacon, and optician. Respectable, soft-spoken, a man who sang hymns on Sunday and smiled at his neighbors. But the night before, he had been trick-or-treating with his children, Timothy and Elizabeth, and friends from church. The rain came and went. The group laughed as they walked from porch to porch. Then came the dark house. No porch light, no answer at the door. The group told the kids to move on, but Ronald stayed behind. A few minutes later, he caught up, holding several giant Pixy Stix. He said someone had finally answered the door and handed them out. He gave one to each child, including Timothy. That night, before bed, Timothy asked for one more treat. He chose the Pixy Stix. Within minutes of eating it, he was gone. At the hospital, doctors noticed a strange chemical odor on the boy's breath. Tests confirmed the cause: potassium cyanide. Enough poison in that single tube to kill 2 adults. Detectives retraced the family's steps through the neighborhood. No one remembered anyone handing out Pixy Stix. The dark house was empty, the owner at work all night. When police asked Ronald to show them the house again, he couldn't find it. Streets he had known for years suddenly seemed unfamiliar. Inside the O'Bryan home, investigators found scissors dusted with a fine sugary powder and tape that matched the Pixy Stix wrappers. Small clues, but together they told a story. Then detectives discovered something else: money trouble. Ronald was drowning in debt, behind on bills, desperate. They found life insurance policies taken out on both children, new, recent, and large enough to clear his debts. Co-workers recalled Ronald asking odd questions about cyanide: how much it would take to kill someone, how fast it worked, and whether it could be detected. What had sounded like curiosity now sounded like planning. Across Texas, fear turned to terror. Parents stared at candy bags and saw danger instead of sweetness. Police offered free candy inspections. News anchors warned America to be careful. But the threat wasn't outside. It wasn't a stranger. It was inside the house. The deeper detectives looked, the darker it became. Ronald's debts were massive. His story kept changing. One day he pointed to one house, the next day another. None matched reality. Prosecutors built their case piece by piece. The insurance policies, the scissors, the tape, the candy, the cyanide. The motive. 5 Pixy Stix had been handed out that night. 1 was eaten. 4 remained sealed. Another boy had tried to open his, but the staple at the top was jammed shut. That staple saved his life. When Ronald was arrested, the quiet, polite church father became the face of every parent's nightmare. The courtroom was packed. Parents filled the benches. Reporters fought for space. The jury heard about Ronald's debts, his questions about poison, and the life insurance policies. They saw the candy. They saw the tape. They saw the evidence. Ronald sat calmly at the defense table, reading his Bible, as witnesses spoke. It took the jury 46 minutes. Guilty. Sentenced to death. Outside the courthouse, reporters gave him a name that would stick forever: the Candyman.
Bates said O'Bryan went to one house where no one appeared to be home, and after the children had scampered ahead to the next house, O'Bryan came off the front porch carrying the Pixy Stix. He gave the Pixy Stix to the children, and later that night, Timothy O'Bryan died from eating a poisoned Pixy Stick.
Years passed. Ronald appealed again and again, insisting he was innocent. Even in prison, other inmates avoided him. There are lines even murderers don't cross, and killing your own child was one of them. March 31st, 1984. Huntsville Unit, Texas. Outside, crowds gathered. Some wore costumes. Some threw candy in the air, like confetti. Inside, the room was quiet. A gurney, leather straps, a clock that didn't hurry for anyone. When asked for final words, Ronald quoted scripture and claimed he wasn't the man people said he was. At 12:48 a.m., the doctor pronounced him dead. Outside, the crowd cheered. Candy wrappers skittered across the pavement. People said Halloween was safe again. But fear doesn't fade that easily. Almost every story about poisoned Halloween candy was an urban legend. Razor blades in apples, needles in candy bars. But this one was real. Timothy O'Bryan was not a legend. He was a child who loved costumes, laughter, and one last sweet thing before bed. His death changed Halloween forever. After 1974, parents checked every wrapper under bright lights. Police issued bulletins. Hospitals offered x-rays for candy bags. Trick-or-treat hours moved earlier. Homemade treats vanished. Halloween didn't become evil that night. It became careful. The only confirmed case of a poisoned Halloween treat given to a child wasn't done by a stranger. It was done by a father. Real crimes, real horror. Every shadow hides a story. Shadow lore. Subscribe if you dare.